buying me V-necks every time she ordered me a T-shirt. Talking about, no, we're gonna use the boobs, like
boobs and the dimples. I'm like, we use. Listen, you know how much money we make at the snack bar with the boobs and the dimples.
Look, do you know how many people paying for stuff like that? I'm just saying.
Right. I'm gonna need the boobs and the dimples to get the kids an extra, $170 worth of snack bar sales. I'm just, I just was maximizing
Use your assets.
Right. I got. Look, matter of fact, I got a homecoming snack bar. I'm waiting for you to come out there with your cute tea and some little so we can sell some lemonade and some zoom and yeah. You
coming out cold. I'm wearing a hoodie.
Oh no, unless you're cutting it down. Like your arms can be warm, but we gonna need dimples and chesticles. We gonna need all of that out there so we can sell more lemonade and cocoa. The seniors need a nice prom venue. We need you to come out there and sell some things. Not you, but some things. Come through and be a senior class supporter. Senior class support is important. So yeah, she's right. We did used to do that, and we did get extra, I think, shrimp on our plates because Auntie Nicole was real friendly. It was good times though. Oh, we were at the Palm Springs house. It was a lot of fun. We had a great, and then I learned that my sisters was freaks. I was not even prepared, but that's another podcast.
What?
I'm not prepared.
Yo,
what happens?
That's a whole other podcast.
So whatever happens this sister weekend stays a sister weekend.
Stays a sister weekend.
But it was a great weekend. So what we did get out of all of this is that we got sisters that we can support as they go through the steps we've already been through. Like even sometimes when we have that in our chat where we're just like, you know what, let's just throw out what we're going through. Like I think sometimes those are, and it's not perfect, but I think that's worth the work. Like our relationships with our sisters, that's worth the work. I think if dad is a lost cause, not a lost cause, but you know what I'm saying? If it causes you more hurt than it brings you joy, then we too old for that.
Yeah.
So remember when I went to Atlanta, and I drove my truck?
Yeah, and you stopped by Dad's.
So as I drove on across, somewhere there I didn't call when I got somewhere, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So when I woke up and he had called and I missed his call, and he left this horrendous voicemail on my voicemail. Oh, your motherfucking ass on the highway, you ain't said a goddamn thing to me. I know we ain't close to and I was just like, this motherfucking nigga right here want me to turn this goddamn truck around and come back and fuck you up.
That's his love language.
What the fuck is you talking to?
That's his love language.
You don't love me.
That was his love language.
Don't love me.
That was his love language. And it's really, really, it's horrible. But that was his love language because he was concerned about you on the road and you was missing with his grandson.
You could have said that better. You could have said it better.
He could have, but he didn't. He could have said
it. Working on like that part.
That makes me want to come and sock you.
Yeah,
and I still have
your beautifully purchased teeth. That's what that makes me want to do.
Those are really good teeth. Don't come for his teeth. Those are really good.
I'm gonna knock all of them out right onto the ground. All them chickens gonna be.
Oh my god!
Like, don't talk to me like that. Like,
but don't do that. So I think that was his love language. I mean, I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying that was his love language. He was like, she's out there on the road. She's not fucking calling me, and that's how he would have talked to every single one. I mean, and it is not. But you know what? If we're honest, I know that you had a different sugar dude than I had. Let me just be honest. Your mama had a different sugar dude than I had. We could go into how he was raised. We could go into the trauma of having a mom that was 15, 14. I don't remember. 13. 13.
She was 13 when she had him.
Right. We could go into 13. Yeah.
She was 13 when she had him.
So I'm saying we could go into.
She was 15 when she had Granny Cheryl.
Yeah.
And then 18 when she had Uncle Terry. 17 or 18 when she had Uncle Terry.
And these weren't all by youngins.
No.
So I'm saying, she had trauma, and then
and her mama told her she was a hoe.
Right. Even though because something happened where she even got pregnant the first time. Mm-hmm. And so she had trauma, she didn't have the kind of support that could have maybe helped her, let's just be honest. I mean, she, like, think about when that even happened. Like, because we were having a conversation about my grandma with somebody who didn't understand back in the day. They were like, oh, she didn't have all her kids. And I was like, y'all don't remember what it was like back then when them dads decided they was coming to take her kids. She didn't have no rights. She, you know what I'm saying? She did, and you didn't have, Google and attorneys at your hand like you do nowadays. Like, she was just trying to figure out, she 2 steps from coming out of slavery and everything else. Not slavery, but you know what I'm saying? Like, these people, the men had rights, period. Women didn't have rights. So it's easy for me to, I guess, when it comes to Sugar to say, oh, and she could have, and let's be honest, I got no clue how I would have been with a child at 13, with my mama, unsupportive, with all of these different things, because I have, in all of my tough life, I've had legal rights. In all of my tough rights, I can
legally open a bank account.
Open a bank account. I just remember stories of, like, my grandma hiding out to hide the kids to make sure that somebody didn't get, like, it was just all of that. And so with Sugar, like, your grandma, your mama put you out. Your sister left college.
Yeah.
To come and help you and take you and raise you and finish raising you so you could raise your baby, kind of thing. Like, there's so many levels to that. And then
being 13 and 14 years old, working in bars, lying about your age so that you could be able to take care of your babies.
Yeah.
Like,
and to be that baby, you know what I'm saying? There was so much generational trauma, generational curses. And I'm just proud of us, because even being, I mean, my mom wasn't perfect. My mom is like every other mom. She did what she had to do to make sure that we survived. That my mom lived off of 59-cent tacos in my 12th grade. Even if I didn't have a taco, even if she didn't have a taco, I had a taco. Like, that was kind of like, she was just trying to make it happen. So are our parents perfect? No. I thought I was a great parent until my kids became adults. And then I realized, there were some things I missed. I was like, I am fair to Midland. My kids was like, no, you was great. I was like, I know. But when I'm doing my parent calculation in my head, I was like, shit, I could have done that different. I could have done that different. Like, you got a whole list of things that I could have done different. But like I tell my oldest, you were my crash test dummy. I apologize. Absolutely. I love you. He had the opportunity to talk to me, say whatever it was he wanted to feel. And I'm gonna be honest, I told him, you got 18 and 25. At 25, I kind of don't give a shit because ain't nothing I can do about it. But those 2 times you can talk to me about it, I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna hug you and say, I'm trying to do better with your siblings. If you wasn't to me, if you're not a better parent from the first, my oldest is 30 and my youngest is 17. If I ain't had no improvement since then I'm a shitty ass parent. One, but I realized as my kids got grown, I wasn't as great as I thought. Like, when I looking back some stuff, like, oh, that was trauma. Like, when you start to learn shit, you be like, that was trauma. Ah, damn, I missed that. That was trauma. And I can point to 7 different times where I did some shit, was like, yeah, I could have did a pivot and talk to my kids about it. So when I look at Dad, I know that, I had to stop even just now and be like, his mama was 13. By the time he was 17, his mama was 30. I mean, just let's. Did I do that math? Is my mathing? Right? Yeah. She was 30 when he was 17. Like I can't imagine.
So you say, like, see, again,
I look like I'm blowing your wig.
I don't know that. I don't know nothing about any of this.
Listen, let me tell you.
Proves my point. Now, do you see my point?
No, but here's why. Let me tell you where it doesn't prove your point. My mom and my dad grew up on the same street. So she saw all of that. She had a relationship with Grandma Morrison. She saw everything firsthand. Yeah. Even when she wasn't with my dad, she and Cheryl went to middle school together. Her, Esther, Cheryl, Bonnie, they all grew up together. They was all friends. So she saw everything firsthand because they all grew up in the same area. And when my grandma would be tripping, Sugar would let her come there. So it was, because she was best friends with Cheryl, not just because of my dad. So so I get a different perspective because my mom was there firsthand. This didn't come from him. This comes from my mom. Even when I couldn't stand my mother because she was trying to, I'm sorry, Mom, I love you. Because she just came out of her room. I'm like, I'm saying I can't stand her. Like, that's rude. Y'all gonna get me in podcast trouble. But even when I didn't, my mom, I was a teen, my relationship was iffy. She would brought him over like, oh, I want y'all to be close. And I just was like, I can't stand this human being and you're torturing me. But she would be trying to explain to me and she could tell me stuff. But at 14, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I was like, what they got to do with me? He's a shit ass dad. Like, why do I care that he was? So he grown now. He ain't fixed his shit. But I think, as you get older, you have the capacity for a little more grace because you're like, and I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that's how I had to think. Was like, this fool mama was 13. She was 13.
So for me, I give all of them more grace because of Granny Shigadoo and Grandma Morrison. So my mama's mom was Granny Cheryl. And the easiest way for me to describe Granny Cheryl, like when I'm talking to like in therapy and like you doing like the short version, I'd be like Granny Cheryl, I'd be like, when you read a child book on trauma, she checked all the boxes, every single one of them. So that was my mom's mom. Right. Yeah, my mama still get on my nerves and I'm still hurting. She still does shit to hurt me to this day. But then there's times where I just be looking at her, I'd be like, I feel bad for you. Like,
and you remember, Nicole, she was our parent, not my parent, but I'm saying like she parented her siblings. Like Kimietta was the parent of her siblings, period. And you didn't come over there as much in the summer, but if you've heard the stories, Krishan, of how your mom had to be everybody's parent during the summer. Your grandma would let everybody. There were times there was like 10 kids in that house. And Kim was responsible for every single child. Get up, make them breakfast, comb everybody hair, make everybody lunch, because we all got to go to the park for 10 hours or go outside and play for 10 hours.
Anything would be in the house.
Anything would be in the house. And she was everybody's parent. And when I think back on it, I'm like, well, shit, she was only 10.
Right.
Because I was 8. And she was the mom of 10 people. Some of them the same age, some of them significantly younger. And when you told me that other thing about her having to not go to school to go be Keisha's preschool representation, I had never heard of it. I didn't know. And I also her trauma is different.
Go volunteer at the preschool.
Yeah, she had to volunteer at the preschool. Krishan told me the other day, I was just like, I'm like, how's that possible? Because she was in school, like she was in
the only reason they stopped is because the teacher was like, I'm gonna call the people on you. And if I'm not mistaken, I think my mom said the solution was Granny Cheryl took her out the school, not took my mom out, but took Keisha out the preschool. Not that she was like, oh, now I'm gonna go myself. No, that wasn't her. That was not her solution. That lady is nuts, bro. Like, let me tell you,
you can say she nuts, but Cheryl kept a man. Maybe she kept a man.
Last summer, last summer she was. I had to pick her up for something. I don't remember what it was, but I had to pick her up for something, and I live not far from where she lived on 60th and West. And so one day, so she was talking about she shouldn't have never brought this up with me. Yeah. So she shouldn't have never brought this up with me.
Wait, hold on. 60th and West Boulevard?
Yeah.
Ain't that over there where the car wash and stuff is?
She was on I thought she was on Bryanhurst.
Well, she was on Bryanhurst, but it was one block from West Boulevard.
No, but you gotta say Bryanhurst, because Bryanhurst is a different level even in West Boulevard. Bryanhurst
no,
just it's not because it just seems.
Not. So let me tell you why it's not a different level. Okay. Because first of all of us we like I was probably 10 because Lil K Hill was 4. How much older than him am I? I don't remember right now. But he was born in 95. So okay. I'm 8 years older than him, 7. I'm 7 years older than him. So he was 4, so I was 11. At 11, I was my mama of the group. So we were leaving Granny Cheryl's apartment, going to the pool in Inglewood to be at the pool in the park all day. Little K.
Whoa. What park in Inglewood?
Why? I was like,
the park. You gotta tell me. No, you're going to have to tell me something.
I always say the wrong name of it.
It's not. Is it Centinela Park? It now is Edward Vincent Park, the one that's right on the hill.
Yeah, the one right on the hill.
Wait.
From 60th and Brinehurst?
Yeah.
And you was
Are you talking about the one by La Brea?
No.
So
the park
you
is
know
on
that?
Centinela
I'm
and
gonna tell you
Florence.
right where it's at, Nicole. It's when you're coming up Centinela and you end at Florence.
Yeah.
You come around.
Like,
Okay, you know what Popeyes is.
And the
You
park that's
swing
on the
around,
left hand
there's
side.
a park that's on the left hand side. There's a church right in front of you, and there's a park on your left hand side, but you probably don't pay attention to it because it's got a big bushy like fence almost that kind
I
of
don't think
blocks
it was that mortuary over there. That's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah, no, you haven't got to the mortuary yet. So it's but you so and I know where you were
It's a
walking.
long ass walk for y'all kids to be doing.
And you walked in the back
like that all the time.
You walked it through Hyde Park?
We walked through we walked whatever streets we wanted to walk. We didn't always take Hyde Park.
Not with my 4-year-old.
With your 4-year-old, no. My point of the story wasn't us walking to the park. My point of the story was I showed Granny Cheryl where the liquor store was that she used to send little K here to by himself when he was 4 years old. And I literally stopped in front of the liquor store.
Wait, I need a second.
And then I drove around the corner.
Did you say?
And then I drove around the corner to her apartment. And I was like, now look at that liquor store. And she was like,
what liquor store? What liquor store?
Next time you
come. Are you talking about that one that's now brightly lit? Is that brightly lit?
No, not that one. No, not that one. It's a liquor store that was cat a corner from her apartment because she used to say, oh, I'm watching him out the window. I can see him. So the liquor store was, so if you come out, if you're on 60th and West Boulevard and you're facing west, when you go to your right, the liquor store is to the right, but in the middle of the block on the other side of the street. So you cross West Boulevard and then
the baby crossed West Boulevard? Mm-hmm. No, the baby didn't cross the street. The baby didn't cross the street.
He did cross the street.
But we also used to walk to Crenshaw and Slauson by ourselves all the time.
From Granny Cheryl's house?
All the time. Who you think went grocery shopping when we was all at her house? Her? You think she went grocery shopping? Now, what I will say is now that I'm older, I thank Jesus for taking care of fools and babies.
Baby, what?
The game that we used to play was we used to walk up and down. We used to walk up the island in the middle of Crenshaw. We used to all line up and walk up the island.
On Crenshaw?
Yeah. In my defense, I was young.
Jesus.
In my defense, I was young. But yeah, we used to walk up the island, and then, but when
you know how bad that could have gone?
I need her to stop with the and thens. Don't add nothing else. I
was gonna say like when Trey, because Trey and Little were babies basically. So when Trey and Little were with us, I would walk on the sidewalk and hold their hand, and I would be watching the other kids, telling them like be careful and all of that.
But you a damn kid, your damn self. What you mean?
Yeah, I mean I was.
Okay, well you're 30 and some change now, so we'll say.
But I say that. Like, it's funny because like my mom be like, you didn't go through this and you didn't go through that. And I'm like, nigga, what you think we was doing when you sent us to her house? Like, oh, you thought she turned into Mary Poppins when you got grown? Like, she didn't. She did not turn into Mary Poppins. I can tell you that I made the best peach cobbler of my entire life with fresh peaches because one of her friends brought over a bag of fresh peaches. And that was the first time Granny Cheryl let me make the peach cobbler almost by myself. And that was amazing.
Was that after you walked up the island up in the middle of Crenshaw?
Probably, because I probably had to go to the store to go get some stuff.
I don't give a shit about your wonderful peach cobbler experience.
Right.
Like you walked up the middle of Crenshaw with some little children.
So the most, honestly, from my perspective, the most dangerous thing that we ever did then was it was like 2-3 in the morning and we were hungry and like it was summertime, so like our sleep schedule was way off, and it was me, Lizzie, and Yasmin. So Granny Cheryl had her
three little girls on Crenshaw and around Slauson.
Listen, she had her neighbor walk us to Master Burger on Crenshaw and Slauson because we were hungry. and like we
Her
couldn't figure.
neighbor, was it a woman?
Nope.
Nah, it was some
Just
guy, and we didn't know him. I don't even
Oh,
remember his name.
Jesus.
okay. So okay, yeah. So well, we're glad everybody's old enough to not have children's services. Let's
Listen,
just stay with that. Everybody's adults
Praise
now.
be to God
So we
on
praise
that.
God. We're not causing children's services to go to anybody's house. Not today. But yeah, because I'd have had to be a mandatory reporter right now. Like I have to call the
Right
people.
now.
I must call the people.
nah, we
That's
were kids. This was a long. This was all at least. This was shit. I'm gonna be
and that's the
35
reason
next
why
month,
my
so this
kids
was
stayed
over
at
20
my
years
house.
ago,
That is why
huh?
that's why my kids stayed in my house.
Yeah. That's why, but that's also why I remember when I first started coming to your house, I was looking at you like you was crazy because you had all them rules. Like you was like you catch like you but now that I'm older, shit, you the only one who gave a damn. Like you would be like you picked me up from the bus stop and from the train. You dropped me off like at the train and at the bus stop. You would make Uncle Franco get up and take me. Like, and I was just looking at you like I could take the bus, and you were like, you're not taking the bus. But at that time, I used to catch the Metro link from Rialto to LA and get on the 40 and catch the 40 to wherever I wanted to go, whether it be my boyfriend's house, my friend's houses, the mall, whatever. Like, so I was outside. And that's like, so when I came to your house and you were like, where, and then my mom didn't check on me like that. My mom was never like, where you, my mom would sometimes, sometimes she cared about where I was at, what I was doing, and who I was with, but most of the time she didn't. So like, she didn't call me and be like, where are you at? Did you make it or none? I never had to check in like that. So then when she would act like she cared about me checking in, I used to just look at her like, you're only doing this because it's Auntie Nikki, like, because you don't care. Like, remember when you took that skirt from me on New Year's Eve? Because okay, so Nicole, I'm gonna tell you this story. I think, and I never told you this. So it was this was when I first got close to Auntie Nikki, and it was New Year's Eve. My mom was gonna drop me off at my boyfriend's house in LA, but
How old were you?
I was 15, and we went to.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. I don't remember the story. I'm just like, okay.
I was 15.
Can you imagine Diane dropping me off of some boy's house? Not never, not ever.
Can you imagine me dropping Jasmine off of some boy's house? I'm going to drop Jasmine off of the boy house on Tuesday. What y'all gonna do? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. Why are you making a face, Krishan? I'm like, I'm gonna do it
because I might have just turned 16. I might have been fresh 16.
But we it's not like we didn't hang out with our boyfriends. Like
okay, so
you had plenty of boyfriends.
The night at his house.
I'm sorry. Whoa. What'd you say?
What?
Listen, you're not listening.
Okay.
I'm over our house. Wait, we sorry. Hold on. What?
Okay, go ahead.
It was New Year's Eve. My mom was supposed to drop me off at my boyfriend's house. I was supposed to spend the night with him for New Year's Eve. And
wait, you cannot dance over that.
You gotta let me finish. So we got to Auntie. So I had got dressed. I had on this little green mini skirt and a red spaghetti strap shirt. You remember we used to wear them ugly ass shawls, but it was like a white shawl across or whatever that was see-through. So it wasn't like it was really a shawl, it was see-through. And then I probably had on like my red and white Nikes or whatever. And
I want you to know that sounds like an ugly ass outfit. I'm just gonna say that. You probably thought it was really, really cute. Sound real ugly. I'm just gonna say that. But I'm letting it go.
Ugly to me now, but back then I thought I was.
I was like, that sounds ugly. But okay.
It was the outfit back then though, but it was ugly. It was definitely ugly. Okay. But so we stopped at your house, and you were like, "Where are you going?" And my mom didn't want to tell you that she was dropping me off at my boyfriend's. So she was like, "Oh, Krishan's gonna go to her friend's house," and you were like, "Not wearing that," and so you made me take my skirt off, and you were gonna throw it away, and then
I don't even remember this, but that's funny.
And I was pissed because I'm like, "Can we go?" Like I was sitting by the door because I'm like, "Can we go?" Like, can we go? Like, right? Like,
you know how you get.
And so then my mom wanted to switch it up, and Auntie Nikki, because Auntie Nikki was like,
I do remember that because you were mad at me because your mom changed her mind And you was like, yeah, you
Because
was
you
mad.
finally were like, well, where are you going? And I just looked at her and she finally was like, I'm supposed to be dropping her off at her boyfriend's house. And you were like, nigga, she not going there.
Right.
And I was like, who the hell are you? Like, my mama said I could go. His mama said she not tripping. Like, who the hell are you? And well, the truth is, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna speak ill on his mom. The truth is, his mom was going out, and she was gonna be at her sister's house. So him and his brothers knew his mama wasn't gonna be home till the next day. And by the time his mama got home, then I wouldn't be there no more. And I didn't find that truth out until like later or whatever. But yeah, but anyway, but I didn't end up going because Auntie Nikki was like, "You're not going nowhere. Like,
Period.
you're not going
Period.
nowhere."
Dot.
Celebrate JoJo's birthday.
And that was the best birthday party ever. And I'm very happy that I stayed and had a ball with my family in JoJo's birthday because I did get over having an attitude and had fun for my little cousin's birthday. But I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at her because back then my mom used to always do that. She would always switch up in front of everybody else. And I'm just like, this ain't the mom you are. So be
I
the
don't.
mom.
Well, damn, she was gonna take you to the boyfriend's house in the skirt and a spaghetti top on New Year's Eve. Let's spend the night. The fuck, I wish.
But okay, so and the thing is this though, because like now that I'm older, my mom be like, "Oh, I didn't like. Oh, I wasn't telling you to wear this and telling you to wear that. Who was buying my clothes, Camilla?"
No. Okay, damn all that. You were taking me to a boy's house to spend the night.
She was.
I wouldn't care if you had a goddamn croaker sack. What difference did it make what you had on?
But Granny Cheryl used to let me go to his house and damn near spend the night too.
Again,
because he lived.
Nikki, imagine me telling Diane, I'm going to some dude. Imagine me telling Gregory Mitchell, I'm going to a dude house.
All I remember is two of my brother's friends brought me home after I was in high school, and I had to be a senior. No, I might have been the end of my junior year, beginning of my senior year. And two of the guys from the neighborhood, like really good friends of ours, we grew up with, so on and so forth. My mom had let us it was like 5 cars. We all went to the beach. I had never drank in my life. They let me have a drink. You can have a little sip, whatever. My ass can't drink. So, and we learned that really, really quick. Because they gave me 2 sips of something and the guy had slid over in the little chair like, I don't know what's going on, right? But they had to take me home to Connie. And everybody in the neighborhood was afraid of Connie. So these fools are trying to get me up the stairs and like leave. Really, really fast. On Edgewood. They trying to get
me on them damn stairs
and get their big asses back down the street because they are like, Miss Connie, Miss Jones. Everybody calls me Miss Jones gonna kill us. Miss Jones gonna kill us. They got me up the stairs, and my mother was like, "Did y'all motherfuckers give my baby something to drink?" Now, first of all, she tortured me when I got in the house. Let me just be clear. I never drank again until I got old enough to drink. Like, I didn't fuck around. I was like, she's scary. And I've experienced, because I got sick. And she was like, and she was just taunting me the whole time I was like, she literally was standing over me talking shit the whole time. And it was just like, I hate to vomit. I'm really, 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 really sick. I'm crying because I'm just like, but I'm such a no. Hold it, rub it, put your face in it. Like she was just so rude through the entire process. I was traumatized. The guys didn't come around for a while because she threatened the shit out of them. She was like, y'all are gonna get fucked up. Like y'all wanted to get fucked up. Like then that's Connie talk. She was younger too. She could chase your ass down the stairs. She was like, y'all want to get fucked up. Don't matter how big her thighs was, she could chase your ass down them 56 stairs because she walked them multiple times a day. They wanted to get fucked up. But you know what she said? Oh, wait, because let me give you one of her favorite things. Don't nothing open up after 10 but them legs. You out there fucking? No, ma'am. I am not. Can you stop asking me that? And then my friends would want to come talk to her. And I had to tell one of my girlfriends, stop coming to my fucking house. Do not talk to my Stop fucking talking to my mom. Like you say shit that you're doing, and then she come in there and be like, you fucking? No.
Right.
And that's just her. Please stop talking to me about her. Don't fucking talk to my mom. Like if you come up here, you just sit here next to me and shut the fuck up. Don't do nothing. Just wave at my mom, say hi, mom, and shut up. Don't say shit to my mother. Period.
Mm-mm.
Don't nobody got time for that. I'm getting all the, because you out there doing you, which do you. But don't have mama. I'm sorry, you and your mama ain't close like that. Don't have my mama coming in here talking to me.
Right.
Like, nigga, I'm in here with 17 books from the library. Not saying I'm just innocent, but I'm chilling. I ain't out there just about that life.
Right.
Not just, I mean, I got there, but it wasn't at that time. And you getting me listen. You know how my mom damaged me as a child? She would be late for work and she would not let me out the car fast enough. And she caught my backpack strap in her car, and then she would drive and I would be running next to the car. Mom, open the door. I got more trauma because my mom would be late. I got more trauma. Let me see. In my senior year, she couldn't come no more. So she really didn't get to come to a lot of my games. But then I was okay with it after she came and pretty much tried to cuss out my teammates. I was like, you can't. Why they ain't fucking getting on the ground? Mom, they are children. You can't talk to them like, you the only one on the ground trying to get the ball. Why they just standing there like they don't know what they're doing? They don't. They're new. This is new. Fuck that. They need to be on the ground too. Shit. I was like, I mean, we all went through stuff. Like, we went through different stuff with our parents. Like, none of our relationships were perfect with our parents. But like, for me, like, one, I'm blessed that she's still here. Today, I was annoyed as shit with my mom, and it wasn't even her fault. Like, she didn't do it. I just was annoyed. And then I was like, but she's here. And for what I was doing for her, she would do that above and beyond for me. Like, my mom will do anything for me. I can't. She that kind of person. I've turned into her a little bit. Never thought nobody could ever tell me, like, letting people live with me before and all that. Nobody could ever tell me I was going to be that person because I didn't want to be that person. But I say, when I get annoyed, one, I'm just really, really grateful that she's here, because I've had her longer than, well, better than anybody. I've had her, I'm 50 and she's still, and I'm hopeful she, like my Aunt Alva, be 102 stepping into her birthday. Like, what's up?
Right.
I'm hopeful, but I get on her nerves. Was she perfect? No. And we've talked about, like, there's some things that I've never unpacked for her that I wouldn't at this point, because why? You know what I'm saying? I've figured out how to let it go, and I let it go. There's some stuff that we did unpack as we got a little older, and I think I was a little more mindful about how I unpacked it, just because I knew that she did the best she could. Nothing that my mom did was, like, my dad did stuff because he was a bad parent. Nothing my mom did was because she was a bad parent. And so, hush. And so I know that, I'm grateful that my kids give me grace like I gave my mom. My kids could have been, harsh. Krishan thinks I'm a great mom. And I am a great mom. Like, I'm not saying that. But I know, as a person, as a parent, things I could have done different. And my kids have had a lot of grace with me. They've had a lot of grace with me about how
I share you with a lot of us.
Huh?
They share you with a lot of us.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not even that. It's stuff that I didn't see. Like, it's stuff that
I know there's other things as well, but I think that, like, they're very gracious in the way that they share their mama with a lot of us, and they don't fault you for how much time and energy you give to the rest of us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they all get on my nerve, but they are good people. They're good humans. But I mean, I think back, and I know that our kids probably talk about us when we're not around. But even so, if they listen to some of their other friends, I've had one of my kids say, I've talked to some of my friends, and on your worst day, I love you. Like, on your worst day, you were the best. It was like, you on your worst day, man, when you was not keeping up with doing your thing, I'm still gonna keep you. Because I was like, if you could trade me with any mom, you could tell me it's okay. Who would you pick? That fool was like, nobody. I'm staying right here. Like, I'm good. You crazy as a nutsy bird sometime, but I'm gonna pick you every time. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that. I said, you probably just saying that because of me. He was like, nah. Now I've seen some other people. I've seen some other parents. He was like, we didn't have a lot of money at certain times, especially for Jalen. Like, everybody say that Jasmine is an only child because now it's only one of her and I have more money. So they'd be like, this fool be living her best life. And they don't begrudge her that, because she does. But still, even when we were broke, when the lights was out, when we didn't have water, when like we went through some stuff, I always, they were always loved. They, they, I don't know, they have a village. They've always benefited from their village. We just make it happen. I mean, you and I don't talk all the time. Like, we can say that on this podcast. We don't talk all the time. When we do pick up the phone and talk to each other, you know that I adore you. Even when we don't talk all the time. Like, we have busy lives. We get, and then sometimes we're just weirdos, because I learned that I use that right too. That I use that sometimes. I don't get it right all the time, but we're both weirdos sometimes. And sometimes I think the other one's waiting for the other one to call, and we be in our own spaces sometimes. We even be having hurt feelings sometimes. We'll never say it to each other. Our feelings be hurt. Don't act like they don't. Sometimes you be at your house like, this bitch don't never call me. And I've been thinking like, this bitch don't never call me. Like, she don't even think about me. And you probably be like, she don't call and check on me. She don't, I've been in town. She ain't pop by. And because we have really busy lives. But when we pick up the phone, like the other day, we talk, and it was like, come on, let's meet up. And then the three of us, we at a table somewhere, which is how you got us dragged onto this here podcast, because I ain't never been to this podcast in my life. But we can, we can pick up things. And I've hurt you in the past, you've hurt me in the past, and we still survive. And we survive because we love each other and we respect each other, and we want the relationship. Like, even if in its imperfectness, we want the relationship. And so with other members in our family, sometimes it's not going to be that. Like, there's relationships that are like, I have you need, okay, look, here come my little here. Sorry, y'all, it's a podcast, but one of my littles need my stuff. So I've been in here for a long time. They can't survive that long. Here you go, buddy. I text you. He wants to know what you want. Okay, I'll send it. Okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to eat a pastrami sandwich. I'm probably not, but I'm gonna get it so I can have it for tomorrow. I'm not gonna eat it right now, but I'm gonna get it so I can have it.
From where?
From the hat. Just as
JoJo going to the hat.
At this time of night?
Oh, I'm salty. This is his time.
He don't care. He going
this
to the
is
house.
when JoJo go to.
This is when JoJo woke. So he's just like, you want something? Yeah. And he can just throw it in the fridge for me. About an hour and a half, he can throw it in the fridge for me. It'll be ready to go tomorrow, because tomorrow's another long day of mama. But I'm saying, I want to tell you that, one, I'm super proud of you. This is going to be my little sappy moment. I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud that you have raised your kids, did your thing. Everything's not perfect, but now you're on your own journey, and you're being really, really brave in this journey. You're taking steps that I still have not been brave enough to take, and having conversations that sometimes we're not brave enough to have. And I just think that what you're doing, and just getting out here and figuring out yours is, it's inspirational. And I'm just really, really proud of you, because even on the tough days and days that you're tired, and the things when you don't want to go another moment, you're still pushing through. So I think that's a testament to who you are, truly. And I think that, we live in a space of grace and you need to give yourself more sometime. Because, every day ain't hard, and we do the best that we can. Our best may not be enough for everybody, and that's just what it's got to be at this point.
I hear you, and I try to give myself grace, but I don't do it so good.
You need to treat yourself the way that you treat yourself the way that you would treat a toddler or an old person that you care about.
Because you old.
No. I mean,
I'm joking. I
mean, like we cuss out everybody who walk across the street slow until we see like a 70-year-old person jaywalking, and then we cussing out all the other cars around them, because you better not get too close, and you better stop and give this person the respect, and they could take as long as they want to cross the street. Give yourself that kind of grace. That's what I mean.
I'm trying.
So I try really hard to give myself the grace that I give others. I'm really hard on myself sometimes, but then other times I'm really YOLO. But I try really hard. Huh?
What is YOLO?
Oh, it is what it is. You only live once. It is like, what's done is done. Oh, fucking well. What you gonna do about it?
That's
I
your
don't
one right
care.
there. What you gonna do about? That's the one.
What you gonna
You
do
gonna
about
do
it
about
is,
it.
yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what you gonna do about it is my attitude about a lot of things. And that's also how I like the situation we talked about the other day with my brothers and my uncle and my mama and all of that. I let that go like the next day because I was like, what you gonna do about it? You really finna go to jail behind these niggas? They're
I'm
grown
very
ups.
proud of you for that because you was really ready to go to jail.
Yeah,
They're
you
grown
are.
ups. And I was. I like I definitely was. And the love isn't any different, but I do have to make sure that I'm working on those on maintaining those boundaries. I know how to establish them, but I have to maintain those boundaries because my life, and you know what I kept saying, my life used to be peaceful. My life is still peaceful. Things are happening to people around me, but to be completely honest, other than the situation with the jackass that I left behind in August, ain't nothing happening directly to me. I mean, they did.
Minus a
And
couple of entities, but other
yeah.
than that, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
but other than that, it's not actually directly happening to me.
Right.
Like, and so it's just like, if ain't nothing happening directly to me, why am I so worked up and stressing like my chest hurt for like a week and a half straight. I had a horrible headache for like a week and a half straight. Like, probably should have went to the hospital for my blood pressure. Cause I be looking at my Apple Watch and just taking it off. Like, mind your business. But
I can mind you. She's sorry, Siri. She don't know no better.
no, Siri needs to mind her business. Siri be beep 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 beep, and then when I turn the beep 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 off, so it vibrates on my wrist. Like, I know, shoot. But like you definitely have to work on giving yourself the grace that you give others because like I find like for me, I give a lot of grace to like younger girls. Like I give a lot of grace to younger girls because I give them the grace that I would have wanted someone to give me when I was their age. But I also need to give me that grace right now. And you need to give you that grace right now, tomorrow, yesterday, and all of the days. Like it, because if you don't give yourself that grace, then like what are you really saying about your faith in God? Honestly, because like what's up?
Hmm, okay, that hit a little different. I think I'm better at giving than receiving.
Yeah, so learn how to give it to yourself so that you can learn how to receive it. Today, ooh, can I say this? Don't nobody know where I work. We ain't never gonna talk about where I work. Today, my boss offered me money for because I've been spending so much money going back and forth, taking Ubers and Lyft to work. Because I had to be in the office this week for a project that was supposed to be one day of me being in the office and turned into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today's the first day that we had real progress, and it was all IT issues and data issues and issues that had nothing to do with me, nothing that I could fix. I had to make other people fix them. Long story short, today she was like, "Can I offer you some money for because I know you've spent a lot of money on Ubers and Lyfts this week?" And at first I said no, and then I was like, you know what? I'm learning to accept my blessings. So yeah, you can. Thank you. And so she gave me $70 cash. And God is good because my Uber home costs $40. Like so like and my Uber to work, I think it was like 15 or 20. Like so thank you.
Right.
Um, and so it's just, yeah, you got this, and God works it out regardless. And
Yes, he
yeah,
does.
receiving is not always easy at all, especially when you're so used to giving. But one of the things that I've learned, part of the reason why it's easier for you to give is because you've been let down so many times by so many people that you've established boundaries to protect yourself from feeling disappointed and from getting your feelings hurt when people don't do things and aren't there for you and aren't supportive in the ways that you needed or wanted them to be supportive in the past. And that's okay, because we're all human. Like, I don't, like, sometimes Auntie Nikki calls me with something and I may not always have the right response because I'm human, but she don't stop calling me for when she needs to talk to me or when she needs somebody to vent or whatever. She not gonna stop calling me. She's still gonna call me because she gonna be like, yeah, I didn't like when you said that was stupid. That wasn't cool. But but she's still going to like give me an opportunity to redeem myself because I'm human. You know what I mean? Like, so it's the same thing with you, like with the grace, with the understanding and the patience and being able to receive things from others. Like, yeah, it's really hard for me to accept that eventually I'm going to have to be open to love and relationships again. Because I don't want to do that shit no more. But
Okay.
if if I say no, I'm not doing that no more, then I'm closing myself off to what could be beautiful and could be a great experience. Which is why I finally did open myself up to being able to be open and emotionally available and to being vulnerable. Because I was never emotionally available or open or vulnerable,
Oh
which is
my
part of the reason why I've dealt with as much hurt as I've dealt with this year, because I wasn't emotionally available before to be able for you. So you wasn't gonna be able to cut me as deep as you did, except for when they died. That was different. But but you was never gonna be able to cut. That's why I always say, like, cheat on me. Like, you can cheat on me. Don't do none of the other stuff. Like, cheating on me, I could deal with. You doing the other stuff I can't deal with. But the reason I can deal with cheating on me is because I don't give a damn. I didn't expect you to be loyal to me anyway. Like,
That's a whole nother podcast. I'm just
I
hurt
was not trying to segue into another podcast.
I like that. That's a different podcast, people. Y'all ain't ready.
I'm just saying that you have to be open to letting people like open to receiving instead of just giving. Like, that's all I'm saying. And with being open to receiving, that means you got to be open to love and you got to be open to all the shit.
Open to love and all the shit.
I mean, it's a long list
right.
of all the things you got to be open to that you ain't that. I mean, I feel like Nicole's definitely not open to a lot of stuff because Nicole got the same kind of boundaries as me. Because what J. Cole say, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me three times, fuck the peace sign, loan the chopper, let it rain on you. I'm just
I have
saying.
never heard that before. What the hell song
Really?
is that?
I don't even know what that is.
Listen. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me two times, can't put the blame on you. Fool me three times, fuck the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you. Because, yeah, you got me fucked up.
Well,
I don't know
all
what
right.
let it rain on you mean, but like the
Oh,
regular let
yeah,
it rain
it's not
on you?
nice.
Load the chopper.
I thought that was a motorcycle.
The bullets. No, it's a gun.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no.
Oh,
sorry.
you letting the bullets rain.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A chopper is like an AR,
A big gun with lots of
assault
bullets.
rifles.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was.
It is that too.
It is that too, but that's not what that was
Yeah.
about at the time.
That's
Oh,
not
okay.
that one though. Yeah.
Well, thank you
Well,
for
you're right, and I am going to work on that.
I don't feel like I believe that, but we'll just leave you.
No,
in that.
I'm, you know, man. First of all, when I started the podcast, it was never my intent. Y'all know I don't like to be in front of the camera unless I'm working. Other than that, I like to be under the radar. I'm so not about the attention. I'm so not about none of that. So what she is saying is absolutely right. I don't know who that person was talking because it was not Krishan Renee, but we're gonna just let that go because I was like, who is that? That ain't that child. Oh,
She over there
okay.
deep. She over there with deep thoughts.
Right. So I mean, I am not the biggest I don't know how. But I'm working. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on receiving.
Receiving.
Absolutely. I want to say one more thing back on the original question. When your parents' upbringing damages you, you know what didn't damage me, and what Auntie Nikki is the only reason. Cause listen, there's a whole lot of messages God then gave me through Auntie Nikki. Cause God was like, this idiot ain't gonna hear it no other way. Cause I probably wasn't. Was gonna put my ears over. And no, I don't want to hear it. But But
Oh.
Auntie Nikki one time told me the best thing that my biological ever did was my biological father. Auntie Nikki said the best thing that he ever did was to not be there to raise me.
Mm.
Because the older I get, the more I learn about him, the more I know about his side of the family, the more time I spend around them, I would have been a bad person. Like,
I told
like,
that. I told her that. I
like
told him, I said, yeah, yeah, like you're right, Krishan. I honestly believe that. I believe
I
that.
would have been. And when I say a bad person, like, I don't mean a bad person like some of the people we know that we be like, oh, they ain't shit. Whoop, whoop. No, like, I think that I probably would be like a drug dealer who didn't give a fuck. And like, you get in my way and play with my money, I'm going to kill you and your family.
Hmm.
Like, I think
Wow.
that's absolutely what I would have been. Like,
Okay.
Really?
because like it would have been nothing for me to pick up his connections and his whatever and just like carry on with it. And then I also have him to mentor me and tell me like, do it this way and don't do this that way.
Mentor you.
Not mentor you.
Because
Mentor.
if you think about, okay, so here's the thing. So listen, Jesus, when I say that, like, that's why I say I'm God's favorite, because the devil definitely, absolutely gave me, listen, God gave me all the tools to be an amazing, blessed child of God. But I know a lot about a lot of other shit. And I could have been very different. And I was at some points going down a very different path. Also, there were people in my life who were supportive of me going down a very different path.
Mm.
And yeah, I could be really, really good at being a really bad person. Like I would be really, really good at it.
And I really understand what you mean with that. I really do.
Like, yeah,
Yeah. I.
because
Mm.
I mean it's not like shit, if I want to pick up the phone, I got the connections today.
Right.
And there's several different families that would deal with me just off of the strength of who I'm related to and how much they love me. They're like, "You my girl, and that's your whoop de whoop, or this your yeah, I got you." Like,
Mm. Yeah.
Let's not. Let's not say
Until
he
you catch that
no,
bid, and then you in there by yourself, and you like, well, where is everybody at? And you get crickets.
nah, because I always learn to have lawyer money.
Mm.
No, because Auntie Nisi is Auntie Nisi. Absolutely. Let me tell you, the reason that Joey didn't do the time that he could have done is because after Auntie Nisi did her time, she didn't play about making sure she had lawyer money and coming up with lawyer money. She ain't play about it at all. Auntie Nisi then hammered having lawyer money into my head. Auntie Nisi hammered having lawyer money into me so much that at one point when I got a little like when we wasn't doing good, like she didn't have it like that and other people didn't have it like that, she was like, we ain't got lawyer money.
Right.
Like don't be flexing like we ain't got lawyer money. Don't be flexing like that. Like, and it was like, oh, okay, well, chill.
Between lawyer money and bail bonds and money, them the two monies you
Yeah,
need to always have.
Right. So
I don't want to. I don't want to do anything that make me have to go poop in front of others. I don't want to.
Right.
That's all I be
Sometimes,
thinking about. Like I don't want to go to the bathroom in front of
no, I
others.
told Ebony, I said, listen, just make sure that you keep enough money in my books that I can have my own panties, not the recycled ones. I need to be able to buy some off the commissary list and some Kool-Aid. I'm Gucci.
I'm sorry. I'm
All I
sorry.
need is Kool-Aid,
What is-
coffee, and clean panties.
I'm not trying to be
Because
funny or bougie or nothing. What the fuck are recycled panties? What are y'all talking about? Like I don't even understand.
I
What
think
does that
that
mean?
depends on which jail you go to. Because where I
shit,
was at, it wasn't recycled panties. It was like netting that they threw away, but it was
like the
literally
president,
like
like the pregnancy underwear. If you have
yeah,
a
but it
baby,
was yeah, but it was only the net.
Oh my god.
yes, all it is net. Yep.
Yeah,
No, in Orange County, it was they just take all the drawers and wash them, and they give you another pair, little size. I was like, "Bleh."
Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm not saying on this podcast. If we keep talking about that, I can't do it.
I
Oh,
said, "You want me to do what?" That
listen.
man fell out. I said, "You want me to put that next to my who?"
no, sir.
Yeah, I'm not. You
No,
can't
sir.
make me
No,
wear
sir.
panties now. You can. So for
Yeah.
me, so
Mm.
for me,
Oh,
when
stop.
I was in
Stop.
there, they had me medicated, right? Because I had a panic attack so bad that I almost fell down the cement stairs, like because I passed out right by the stairs. So they made me be medicated the whole time I was in jail. So it turned into me basically thinking I was at the Salvation Army summer camp because, like, I was in there making friends. I
Ah,
was I was playing spades.
she
I was
thought she was at
chilling.
summer camp.
We was chilling, bro.
I'm
When I
not.
tell you I was chilling, and I came home skinny because I wasn't. It didn't matter what kind of medicine you
Wasn't
gave me.
eating
I wasn't
nothing.
eating
I
that.
know that's so.
I
I
wasn't
was skinny
eating
too.
that.
Let me tell
Let
you.
me tell you, that's the only time in my life I consistently drank cow milk because I would drink my milk every day. I would drink water every day, and I would eat my orange. And I used to be real sad on those
My
days when they
orange.
gave us an apple.
Listen, all they want to give you is starches and shit, so all you can eat is the salad or the fruit and the vegetables.
I wasn't eating that salad. No.
We're
And
gonna
then,
move on from
and
our
you know
president.
what made me cry? The cereal.
Me.
The cereal was
Yeah.
shaped like dog bones. The cereal was green and it was shaped like bones. And
have
I
no idea what
literally
that
cried
is.
and I was
Oh
like,
my
this is
god.
literally psychological torture. Like you're
You said
kidding me right
psychological
now.
torture.
Like the cereal is in the shape of bones. And if
What?
like you
See,
like
No.
what did humans do to deserve?
Mm.
you know what?
I was like, and they're like, the cereal's good. Okay, you want mine? Because I'm not eating it.
Right. And that's how you
You
make your
can go to
friends. You know how you
hell.
make your friends? Because you don't eat your tray. And they
That's
want to be
why
your friend because they want your food.
everybody was fighting to sit next to me in line
Absolutely.
because they knew I was passing everything to the left and
Everything.
to the right. Take all of this.
You don't want none of this? No. Give
None
me
of
that
it.
roll. Thank you and goodbye.
Sometimes I would eat like the
Okay.
white bread sometimes, as long as it wasn't touching the other stuff.
They used to make this
No.
big old piece of squash. Give me that and take the rest of this. Cool. See ya.
No, people.
They used to slice the bologna themselves, so it was like this thick. And I don't eat bologna anyway, but it was. I'm like,
Okay, I'm gonna change the subject on that one.
I thought you had more questions for us.
Oh Jesus, take the
Mm-mm.
wheel.
Mm-mm.
Oh God.
Y'all got the prison bologna. I'm done. I'm over it. We got the prison bologna. I'm done. I got nothing.
You can't end the prison bologna. You gotta we gotta change the note.
Okay, so
I'm not listening to y'all at all no more. Y'all done went to prison bologna and net panties. I'm over
I
it.
didn't never see the net panties was her. The only net panties I know is if you have a baby. Remember they give you those in the hospital. That's all I know about net panties. But
Yeah.
I feel like as far as dad goes, I'm pretty much over it. Um, Nothing to do with my sisters, has nothing to do with my nana, but I just maybe I'm indifferent. Maybe that's a better word.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I have my own kids and don't none of y'all check for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you feel me?
When you say don't none of y'all check for them, what do you mean?
Like him or Leslie or the girls, nobody check for my kids.
The girls don't check for nobody kids. The girls got the first of all,